Hello everyone, welcome to the garden gym on what's a lovely beautiful morning. Today we're going to work through some distance work. We're going to find out the distance between the opponent and how we can work that, what it does in a sparring situation. Now I haven't got a lot of room here, so it's going to be slightly compressed. I want to talk about the distance. What I mean is the distance between you and your opponent. And this is the fighting space here. It's normally about a metre, roughly on averagely. But if you're taller, you might want it bigger, or if you're fighting a taller opponent, you might want to be further back. If you're pressing an opponent, you might want to come a bit closer and close it down. If you're trying to avoid someone at the end of the fight, obviously you make it bigger and bigger. And so this is the space here. And what it is effectively is the space that we have to get across to launch an attack and score an attack. And the space that the opponent has to get across to launch an attack back to us. Now if we're too close, he can throw an attack without hardly moving. If we're too far away, then we don't get the opportunity to score, or it's harder for us to score. So what we're going to do is we're going to work at a couple of systems that we use to actually describe this situation. First things first though, this space here, we should never be stopping in this space. Once we've hit, we should be getting back out, yeah? Or we should be driving through, right the way through if we can. Now I can't drive through too far today because I'll go down off the deck in there. But really the idea is to drive through your opponent. If you stop here, this way, with whatever you do, then chances are you're getting hit as well. Okay, and if he blocks your technique while you stood there, he's going to score back. So we're going to use these numbers first of all to describe where we are and where positions are. So I'm going to put a number 1 here, and this is your position that you're at. Could be here, could be further back, could be closer in. It's up to you and each fight and each opponent. So we're here, this way. This is our number 1, taking our guard up. Number 2, we put down as the position between you and the opponent. Roughly about halfway we normally put it. And what we use that for, generally, is that's our faking movement. So we can fake and get back to number 1. Yeah, fake and get back, yeah. Could be a fake with a kick and back, yeah. Doesn't have to be anything, just kick it up and back. Okay, doesn't have to hit, doesn't have to be a score. So it can be here, fake, double fakes, whatever. So that's your faking thing. And again, remember, when you land, back out. Number 3, we put down behind us. That's our pulling position or our evasion position. Now, obviously, you can evade as far as you like, but it's not very productive. If you're here and someone attacks and you evade to here, that's normally where you strike for. That's your jumping back position. Or you can jump back, putting a side kick out, yeah? Or you can jump back, reverse punch. Whatever is your favourite technique, that's your evasion position. And number 4 is your committed position, which is here. Not here, but there, further past your opponent, especially in points. So number 4 comes from there. We run through the target, right the way through, so that we clash. And the idea is, as we're going in for that score, if we are going for it, we're going in bang to clash, because once we're in here, they can't score against us. We've already got our point in. Now how we work these is we can start here and using our evasion, our dummy, sorry, not evasion, our fakes, feints, yeah, putting our leg up here and all the way in and out. And then if we pull an opponent, we can dummy, jump it back to our counter position. Or we can use it as a springboard, as a trigger. So we can dummy and then go straight through the target. It's just 2, which is just basically dummying all the time, whichever you want. That's number 2, in and out, between 1 and 2. The next one we do is we can call out to number 3. So we can be here and just jumping back to number 3 as soon as they say it, and try and react as quick as possible. Then also you can call out to number 4, where we drive through the target. The more advanced thing to do is to always put a 2 in front of everything you do. So when they shout 2, just 2. If they shout 3, you do a 2, you jump back to 3. So you're actually actively pulling the opponent. If they shout 4, you put something in and drive through. So you always use number 2 like a springboard or a bounce back. So if someone says 3, then we come in here, we can use our leg, come down, pull back into the back fist. Or if they say 3, we can dummy down, step back into the side kick. So work it in rounds, give yourself 30 seconds to a minute in between, it's up to you. And then you can get a good footwork workout and a good timing workout from that. And after a while, it will start to become natural to when you fight. So you won't be in a fight where you're too static all the time. Once you start moving the fight, pulling back, shifting around, then you start to get the fight breathing. So rather than just having two people stood here and what we call gunslinging, first one to hit, quickest one to hit will score, what you have is people doing this. And that's when you get timing against someone. Once you start to understand how they fight, how they move, you can pull their timing, you can push your attacks into them. So we can bridge the gap with anything. We can bridge it with a back fist and bring it up to a roundhouse kick if we want, yeah? Or we can bridge it with a roundhouse kick and drive through with the reverse punch if we want. Ones we can use, we can double kick to get across that and then move back out, yeah? We can use that as a dummy. We can quite happy, if we do kick, remember, if we get our kick in there as a dummy, we get back out, yeah? So if we're throwing it in front of someone, we're back out. If we're flicking it up here, we're back out, yeah? If we're kicking and following through, that's fine. One thing we don't want to do is kick and land heavy. Because once you're there, you're committed that way. You can't, very difficult to get back, very difficult. Then there are slightly more advanced ones that we do, which is what we call the short 3-4. And the short 3 is not jumping back quite so far. You move back a little piece here. That extends the distance to your opponent. And what happens in a fight is when you extend that distance a little bit, the opponent aims to fill it. You can't help it sometimes. If they know about it, they're not going to. But if you're moving about, dummying around, and all of a sudden shift back a bit, what tends to happen, the opponent wants to be at a certain distance from you, they move forward. So we call it a short 3, then as they're moving in forward, you drive through the target. Once again, short 3, then as they're moving in, you drive forward and score. So as they're moving forward, it's very difficult for them to change what they're doing. They're coming into a point where they think they're just closing the distance, and you counter them as they're moving forward. You stop, hit them. So if you get with a partner, or if you put a timer on, if you can say it in your head, 2, 3, 4, whatever, you can record yourself saying it at random numbers, or you can get a partner just call out the numbers for you. You can work in, say, a minute round. You can do it as well as moving about. It doesn't have to be static like this one is. You can work in 1 minute rounds. Give yourself 30 seconds rest, 1 minute rest, whatever you want. Build up to 2 minutes, which is a normal points fighting round, or go beyond 3 minutes, even better. And work as many as you like. It will work your legs. It will keep your legs going. It will give you a rhythm. It will give you a movement in what you're doing. So, hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you very much. And goodbye today from the garden gym. See you next time.